Hi guys, sorry for the bad quality off the bat. I'm just recording on my phone, no audio stuff. I don't know how to sound genuine about it right now. I'm genuinely happy. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. That's really exciting. That's really cool, and I promise I'm really excited about it, or I will be. It's just hard to be excited right now. I just wanted to give you guys an update now that I have a few people that do kind of follow what I do a little bit, and it's a sad update, so if you don't want to hear something sad, I completely understand. There's enough sadness going on in the world right now. I completely understand. I'll give you the short version without any details. I'm gonna be continuing to make videos. I just don't know when any more will be out. I had something happen in my life that's been really difficult to It's been difficult. And I do want to give a warning to people without going into details. There is a chewable allergy medicine called Apoquel. The regular version, the pill version, is usually pretty hard to get down animals. They hate taking pills, but this chewable version is very enticing to animals. They like them like treats, and cats like them like treats. These chewable Apoquel pills are very tasty and very toxic to cats. So please, if you have this medication, if you know anyone with a pet, if you know anyone that's a vet, if you know anybody around the animal sphere, please let them know how dangerous these chewable Apoquel pills are, because it's not very known right now. The cases of poisonings are astronomical in cats and dogs, and if enough is taken, it is deadly very quickly. This is a new issue. More cases are popping up, but there are a lot of owners and even vets that don't know how dangerous these chewable pills are for pets. So that's the no details update. If you don't want to hear anything sad, don't continue on this video. I completely understand. I just want to say thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And I will be back with videos when I am in a little more playful, funny mood. So I'll be back. I just don't know when. To the people that have stuck around on this video, thank you. I really pretty much said the important stuff already. I just wanted to give a little more information on what happened because it shouldn't have happened. So I'm sure you've seen in my videos, I have a farm of animals in my house. Today's Friday. Tuesday night, my cat Orchid got into our dog's chewable Apoquel medication. We didn't know, and she ate a lot because, again, they're very enticing, like treats. They're very toxic. And we didn't know that at the time. Nobody told us how dangerous these were for cats. Probably because even the vet didn't know. It's a newer version of the medication, so there's just not very much information on it, especially on its toxic effects. Anyways, when we found the empty medication bottle, we thought our dog had eaten it because he's notorious for eating everything, especially things he's not supposed to. So we were keeping an eye on him. And that's when we noticed our cat Orchid show symptoms, and that's when we knew something was really wrong and that Orchid had been the one to overdose on the medication. So we rushed her to the closest urgent care for animals. They keep her as stable as possible. They hospitalize her. She's in ICU. We would come to visit her, and eventually, after maybe 12 hours, they let us know that she was declining and that they recommended that we go to a nearby specialty hospital that could put her in some more critical care. Basically, what was happening with Orchid, what the medication had done, is the effect that it has on the kidneys is very drastic. It's possible for animals to recover from an Apoquel overdose. My friend sent me some stories. There are very few stories out there because it's still a new issue. But there were some cases of especially cats, ingesting quite a bit of Apoquel and with a lot of intensive care, made it through. So without a second thought, I went and I picked her up and I took her to the specialty hospital. We got her admitted there about 7:30, and what they informed me was she was in pretty bad shape at that point. She had been on fluids, she was on oxygen, and things just overall weren't looking very good. The main issue was the medication had affected her kidneys. They weren't working properly, and they couldn't give her many fluids because since her kidneys weren't working, fluid was just gonna build up in her body. So they really couldn't do very much at this point. At this point, I don't know what it was. I just felt like she was gonna be okay. Orchid is incredibly tough. We called her a cockroach. We said she would survive the nuclear war. She was very fierce, independent. She was so loving, but I mean, she was made out of titanium, this cat. So we go home. I finally fall asleep around maybe midnight, and I wake up to a call at about 1:30. The vet's not calling you with good news at 1:30 in the morning. But they let us know that she was not doing well. She hadn't produced any urine. Her kidneys were not functioning. At this point, she was struggling to breathe, even with oxygen. So we got to hold her for a little bit, talk to her, and she passed away in my arms. And I know I don't have to explain to anyone that has pets and loves them the grief that you feel when you lose one, especially so quickly and unexpectedly. So yeah, I'm having a tough time, but I will be back. I'll be okay. Before I go, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Orchid. She was 5. I found her outside of my parents' house in 2019. She was such a shithead. Like, she would swat at you for no reason. When she wanted me to get up to feed her and I wasn't getting up fast enough, she'd bite the top of my head. She was relentless with food. Relentless. She would put her paw underneath the closet door, hook the food bag, pull it close, and cut it open and scoop food out from underneath the door. But she was so sweet. She liked to be held like a baby. And she would purr 24/7. Even when I have a lot of cats. Even when we visited her in ICU, she was purring. Actually, this is Oliver. I got him when he was a kitten, and she basically raised him. He kind of took to her like his mom. She liked to be on your shoulders like a parrot. Do hugs. Do hugs. She would even jump from the counter onto your shoulder. She could make it, and she'd lay across the back of your shoulder like a little boa. If you were sick, she was right there. My girlfriend was even telling me a few weeks ago when she was really sick, she texted me and she was like, Orchid won't leave me alone. She just lays on me and purrs. And if I need to get up to go pee, I set her to the side, and before I can even get up, she's back on me. And she would. If you were sick, if you were hurt, if you were sad, she just knew. And she'd stick by you. She'd like glue to you all day. She was rough and she was tough and she was wild and she drove me crazy. And she brought so much love and care to my life. I got her when I was in a lot of transitions in my life. She was there for my first apartment by myself, for moving back home, for going to school, for a new job, through breakups and new relationships. She was my first baby of my own. If there's one thing that you can do for me and for Orchid, please let people know how dangerous these chewable Apoquels are for animals. It's not very well known right now because it's a new medication or new medication form. Tell people, veterinarians, friends, family, anybody, that the chewable Apoquel is very, very enticing to our animals, and it is toxic. They will eat them like treats, and if they have too much, it can have a really tragic ending. I've been emailing vets, veterinarian schools, shelters, pet influencers about this. So if you would also like to just send them a quick message and let them know how dangerous these things are. I'll try to link some resources down in the description of some cases that have gone on, just to spread more awareness. No one told us about how dangerous this medication could be. Again, likely because the vet didn't even know. It's not very well known right now. And had we known, we could have kept it locked up better. And, you can't think of the what ifs, but maybe this wouldn't have happened. So in Orchid's honor, please help me spread this information, and I'll see you guys soon. Like I said, I don't know when, but I'll be back. So I thank you in advance for your patience and your compassion